Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RenderTechnician and welcome to another episode of RenderTech Classic. In this episode we're going to be looking at Five Nights in Anime. This is the original by Marisupa. Let's go night 3. So a bit of pop in there. Just need to get comfortable. Do that. This is basically FNAF 1, except for obviously you've got the toy animatronics as opposed to the older animatronics. You've got Pirates Cove, Mangle's Cove, and you've got a load of different places. There's Flumpty. I thought it would be similar to what was it called? Five Nights with a Chum Bucket there, where you click it and it's like, "Hi, I'm an egg," and then you've got the vent system, which you have to hit from there. Obviously, Spring Bonnie comes from there. When you've got Golden Freddy, will just show up randomly. You have to keep an eye on the cameras, as you can see. Mangle and oh fucking hell, they are both going. That's terrible. Foxy and Mangle can be very, very active. Thankfully, Golden Freddy doesn't really become active until some of the later nights. The power is quite challenging as well. You'll probably see. You literally have just about enough to survive the night. It's even harder in some regards. Oh god. The only thing I don't... I suppose Marisupa did it for frequency, but Foxy attacks too often. And obviously when she hits, she doesn't actually do any damage to the door. And doesn't take any power, so you can see there's like no reason not to shut the door. And there's not really any reason to stop Foxy coming either. So as long as you know she's going to turn up, there's not really much point. Mangle's a whole different story though. You need to keep an eye on Mangle, because as soon as she hits your office, that's kind of it. So we need to keep an eye on both doors now. Might actually be worth just doing this. There's Chica, and Foxy's on her way. So we just got to wait for both of them to go. There's no point looking at Foxy as well, so when you're here, just to conserve power, you just do this. Obviously, we'll wait for Mangle as well. She's gone. Check for Mangle. Mangle's gone. Okay, Mangle's there. Alright. So we just keep an eye on Mangle's Cove now for a little bit. We're going really low on power now, so we need to reel in our power usage a little bit. It's better to just quickly flash for light. Now that Mangle's gone, we can resume looking at both coves. It also doesn't function like FNAF 1 in the sense of, in FNAF 1, the animatronics will wait for you to pull down the camera before jump scaring you, and then disable the door, which will give you a little bit of leeway, but in this game they don't do that. They just, as soon as they enter the office, they instantly jump scare you, which makes a bit more sense, really. And we need to be very careful with Mangle at the moment. When Mangle's right up against the camera, it's normally safest to close the door then. Right. Come on, scroll left. Yeah, there's a big problem with this game, with the fact that the scrolling doesn't always work properly. So you could be trying to... Okay, the scrolling doesn't always work, so it's best now to leave that door closed for the time being. Check on Pirates Cove every now and again, which means you don't have to check on Chica, because Chica's already there, so when Mangle's there, it'd be best. Okay, we're 28% 4 AM, that is awful. Mangle's gone, so that means that But yeah, it's best to keep that door closed. Chica's gone. We're at about 20%. And in the later nights, you've got to worry about the vent, which just maximises the power you're using, basically. Okay, she's gone. Check on Mangle and Pirates Cove. Lovely. So I guess this... I don't know how this game started. I imagine it just started as like a... an idea. The pictures on the office desk as well, they're actually from some of Marisupar's other drawings on Game Jolt. You might have seen there as well the jump scare. For some reason, the top of it, the body didn't actually take up the whole screen for some reason. I'm not too sure why. We'll actually freeze frame that so you can see that. Again, I've got to say, I've probably said this a million times before, I do think these games would really suffice well if they were either reprogrammed or the assets were given to a external developer to develop who's got probably a bit more experience in the development field. You probably could do it in Game Maker. Personally, I'd recommend moving development to Clickteam Fusion. Personal preference, really, but I think that would be a better move. So if you took the Five Nights at Anime series and then if you remastered it, keep the assets how they were, but then you programming it in the same way as FNAF 1. So you look at how FNAF 1 does something, and then you could sort of adapt it to that to make a better user experience, so to speak. Okay, well that was this episode of RenderTech Classic. Join us in next episode where we'll be looking at Five Nights in Anime 2. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone.